rough run of form, but the ceiling is well and truly there. This is absolutely a winnable game for RRQ. No excuses whatsoever playing against EDG with a stand-in here. This is the game that you are expected to win.
Expectations high. EDG learning from their previous experiences, changing the comp up on the defense first and foremost. Jenny up first, looking to see if we can receive this A pressure.
There's a flush in hand. In he goes with Kung in tow. Tailwind active. Out comes the Paranoia just to be able to try to hold this push in. The second wave of aggression does come in. In the meantime, there's been a 1-for-1 over on Cat side. RRQ trying to kick off this A split and Cushy able to get yet another trade. Now under pressure as Gianni will finally fall and RRQ will take control of the site.
Low HP for Cushy, but they do have the player advantage here. Sign got his 1-for-1 Kung as well. Managed to find his piece. Coming through now, Nobody and Chichu. Potential for two-angled entry here. Sage will already block it up a decent chunk of that Cat. Means that Nobody and Chichu will now need to work together through the smoke. Zan up first in the corner. Let's see if it ends up being cleared or not. Plenty of players to swing off the back of Zan and RQ. Good shock dart that will do a plentiful amount of damage. And now I believe Zan has actually been spotted. Chichu on a crazy guy. Zan falls and Chichu will get the cleaner required as the last player remaining for this opening pistol.
Just a one-dimensional retake coming in. You can still see the Sage Wall on Heaven. RRQ with a player advantage, knowing exactly where EDG are coming from, but still can't manage to calibrate enough peaks to be able to take advantage of the fact that they were up in numbers. That is going to be a little bit disappointing there for an RRQ that would have felt like after the trade coming through from the catwalk split and the pretty nice post-plant positioning that they were setting up there should have gotten them the pistol round. But Chichu over here on the Cypher doing quite well for himself and putting EDG on the front foot here on the defense, which they struggled on, at least with their old comp, going up against BBL.
It's a lot of work done from Nobody there as well. Hand the util to just flush out Zan and the remaining members. Big push coming through from A once more. Jenny just gonna walk on inside and Jenny will take him all down. Shooting gallery for these players, the Bulldog and the Spectre. Just BX Fair now traveling through mid. He's gonna get hunted down, no issues. EDG gonna handle this anti-eco.
Clean for them. And see if Xfaro is able to really get any damage done here. Does potentially catch Nobody off guard for a moment, but with the classic, doesn't opt to take his opportunity. And a flawless anti-eco for EDG. A great start here to Resent and a bit of a sigh of relief given the fact that they went 2-6 overall against BBL previously. This comp change so far. Got a little cleaner for them. A little bit of a roll shuffle as Signed has been coming into this roster. He has been on the Phoenix already. Now he's switching on over to the Omen. So being quite flexible to try to fill wherever it's needed here for EDG. And it does seem like there's going to be some kind of B pressure here with the flash being prepped already by Gianni.
It's kind of what you need to see coming through when you are basically the substitute here. And make it work for the rest of the team. Flash through to try and help. The first peek for Nobody. We'll clear that angle and a more slow approach as Kunka also just tucks himself away in Cat. See if Jemkin has a wherewithal to clear this one. Signed has the ability to swing as well, but not going to be able to do so at the moment. Possible crossfire setup here. That's a decent paranoia that will be able to help EDG, but no responsive kills.
Sign going to TP away. That's where Jemkin does his best work. Just taking his time, clearing out all the angles, taking the tools at his own pace, and now RRQ going to pick up theirs as they wall off top middle and start to pick up pace into the B side. Diving in is Chichu and Nobody, but they're not quite comfortable just yet. Under a lot of pressure, rotations coming in from Signed and Gianni.
Nobody up first. It's actually going to be the left side downstairs. Jenny for 2 so far. He's tripling up. Nobody 1v2. Still on the site, still alive. Got a good gun in hand, but Cushy's got a better one in terms of his shots. Bounce back, RRQ.
Good opening pick. Pretty no-nonsense stuff. Just putting pressure on Catwalk and pivoting straight into the mid to B. Worked a treat for them, but I don't think EDG is going to be too unhappy given how much damage they were able to do. Gianni in particular, underarm flash through spawn side and gets to work with the Spectre. Now both teams a little bit lower on cash as we head into a round 4 reset. Operator already out here for Kung.
Yeah, that's going to be massive. You have Jenny also quite close to ultimate Sign to follow through. Cushy already on the Hunter's Fury, so it should be quite bloody round 4 coming on in. No one will be walking into Kung's line of sight to start with. And an early Hunter's Fury that will just be ripped straight away.
Jemkin's found the entry in middle onto nobody. It was all just A pressure for RRQ. They were never intending on actually committing in through to that execute. They were really just trying to draw out a reaction for EDG, and that's exactly what they got.
Just leaving the util onto B for the time being. Happy to play retake there. Kong fills the hole in mid. No one will be crossing that moment. Xferra tucked away in towards tiles. Now the patience for RRQ.
For both sides. RRQ know that they have the numbers advantage. They're anticipating that EDG will get aggressive somewhere. You could see double flashes on Gianni. They've got the paranoia on Sign. All of the pieces of utility you would make a mid-round play with are available to EDG, but they're choosing to just hold in this 4-on-5 and hope that the operator can find some success.
Well, this is where they're going to start burning away on this side for utility. Kangong's already going to be repositioned. The one-way has been popped. Time starts to run low here. You see the spike is on the A side of the map, so that is going to be where the exit will be. Well, the finish. And a late smoke could cause some problems. Drone out. I mean, you got to commit now. 30 seconds left to play through. A well-timed paranoia as well. Crazy guy wants to just boost up the team with the wall, but they're not getting in on the site just yet. They need to walk through Cat or somewhere. Yep. But things are just looking so difficult. Finally, Cushy onto Sign as we roll through. It's all RRQ so far. One in response to Kong by his lonesome. He doesn't have a lot of money. What else can he do here?
Nah, he's just going to save the AWP. That's a really, really well-constructed split there from RRQ. Taking their time, baiting out those last couple of pieces of utility from EDG. Wall up over the dark cover in A main. Trying to punish the flood in from Heaven side if it was going to be coming in. And RRQ giving time for both Xferro and Jemkin to make their way up catwalk and trade out effectively. It's meeting up those two arms of the push. Much better start here for RRQ. Looking like they're much more in control of this game of Ascent compared to the game that they had over against the 100 Thieves. I don't feel like they really had necessarily a good feel for the timing and the mid-rounding that 100 Thieves were showcasing in that particular map of Ascent. But here against EDG, it actually feels like they're much more familiar with the timings and what EDG want to be kind of piloting with this comp. Maybe it's just compositionally something that they're aware of, because let's not forget, EDG have completely changed their approach coming into this particular map. It's a completely different comp to what they played against BBL just the other day. So credit to RRQ. It looks like they're much more kind of switched on today, kicking off this attacking side.
Credit to the players coming through from short as well. Really setting up RRQ for success, because time was certainly running out and that could have gone much more poorly. I don't believe Kong actually fired a shot either, or he may have, but I don't think he has actually shown operator. Which gives him another opportunity here. Posted up on A, but back over towards mid is where RRQ want to play. I mean, they have smoked off mid, so it is likely they suspect it.
GG. We'll get a little bit of an action here. RRQ all walking inside the dark cover. At least goes 1-for-1. Jemkin going down. Gianni picking out market. This is going decently for EDG, has to be said. Nobody trying to get out of dodge. It's a nice off-angle timing onto Cushy, and self-sufficiently, he has shut down this round for RRQ. Drone pushes Sign straight into the paranoia, or Xferro rather, and the spam through the wall will get it done. That is a very nice look for EDG, and a great follow-up given how the last round went.
Yeah. Completely trapped them in over towards mid there. Got the upgrades as well. 3 plays make it out alive. Didn't even need Kong to really do anything in that particular round. Another excellent couple of moments here from Chichu and nobody in particular. Jenny, of course, getting those kills. The time for nobody just to sneak on out of there and prevent any sort of trade from coming on through. This will be Kong posted up. Short to Cat. Could be a fast one coming through RRQ. Massive grouping could be.
Big flip on the economy there for EDG, winning themselves that half buy. It's going to give them a lot more legs on this defensive side. RRQ creeping up into B. It's just Chichu by himself. EDG have got a fair bit of information in middle.
First scan does come on through. Onto site we go through, but so many Jemkin so far. Nobody through the wall, through the cover of darkness here as well. It's RRQ just falling apart at this stage as all of EDG have arrived. And all EDG are ready to completely dismantle this attacking side. Cushy can't make it any further on. Nobody even saw a sight for a plant.
Big smile on the face of Sign there. There's really no inroads into that B site, despite the wall going down on spawn side, the slow elbow market. You never got that entry that RRQ were looking for. They just got stuck inside of the bow shed, and EDG completely picked them apart. Great maneuverability from both the Omen as well as the Jet. That elevation up over the Sage Wall really halts the ability for RRQ to kind of segment the push and the flood retake in from the defense, and immediately, after 2 convincing back-to-back rounds for EDG, RRQ will hit that timeout button.
So sort of rethink that one, but particularly the round 5 seemed pretty backbreaking. This one will just cement the case. Change up the pacing, change up the strategy, fast on to beat, but fast in response as well is going to be EDG. Completely dismantling that one, not even giving any room for RRQ to play through. 4-2 is still a close enough affair in terms of scoreline so far for RRQ to make a well-timed timeout, bring back the balance in the scoreline.
I mean, the issue really is the fact that they're kind of out of cash here. And with such a clean round from EDG, after a half-buy upset win, their economy will really be skyrocketing at this point. The objective moves from being competitive in the opening couple of rounds on your attacking side and maybe trying to reset the defense to just how many rounds can we try to chip in here? Because EDG are really starting to get on a bit of a roll, and it was a similar kind of thing between RRQ and 100 Thieves. It was a competitive first couple of rounds, but once the rounds started to come through from 100 Thieves on the defense, RRQ started to very much fall apart.
Got a couple of ultimates here, at least for RRQ to play through. Most importantly, the Blaze Storm, which has already been popped by Jemkin. It's crazy guy that will just make a little bit of noise over towards B main, keep things interested, but what he doesn't realize is Kung already has an angle in his head, despite the fact that Kung already pulled out of the scope, and he'll instantly still get that kill. No one cleared the trap, which is going to cause some problems with Jemkin. He's already going to fall over. Sign through the dark cover, no issues whatsoever, and now the rest of EDG start to corral the troops for this retake. In fact, there won't even be much of a retake because there's not going to be a plant, there's not going to be an attack.
Gangang's just doing tricks on him. Xfero yet to frag, was the standout up against 100 Thieves. That's a couple of nice sheriff shots, but Kang will end it. 4K for him, coming in on that Heaven retake, and a 5th round for EDG.
Yeah, a couple of cheeky kills there to know that RRQ is still alive, at least somewhat here, but EDG really feeling the momentum here, how quickly they're responding to the plays coming through from RRQ. Read by Kung as well to know that, okay, we'd had some presence into B main. If they cross through tiles, that's going to be a freebie, and indeed that was. Now, gun round back in. Xfero on the op as well. He's actually going to be potentially looking to challenge Kung on his B-line.
Yeah, Xfero loves this op on the attacking side with the veto. Something that's very, very effective for RRQ on Fracture, but haven't really seen an argument for it on this map in particular. RRQ starting to work some mid-control now. Have got the dark cover down, but you can see EDG mobilizing to deal with it, and Signed is on a bit of a roll. Out comes the Paranoia and the Hunter's Fury. RRQ under a lot of pressure. Chishu bottom middle, and it's a beautiful mid-crunch from EDG. Xfero didn't even get a chance to take a shot with the operator. He just gets immediately deleted by Jenny.
Yeah, he had nothing to do there. Again, mid seems to be where the victories have been taking place. 2 rounds in a row. Kung starts with the kill there in the previous round. This time around, it's Signed, calling the rest of the troops in for that crunch, as you say. As 4 players instantly melt from RQ's side, and the economy issues will now continue. They barely managed to scrape together a buy, including a very expensive operator that now falls onto the floor.
Oh, this is just looking like really rough time here for RRQ at EWC. This is the 3rd map in a row I've watched for them where they just have not been particularly competitive. Need to wake up sooner rather than later, because EDG is definitely smelling blood in the water. Kung on the front foot here, dash active. Waiting for the contact, and again it's an opener here for EDG.
And no response either. Cloudburst is nice, and Kung will double up. It's going to be spike information gained here as well. The Interceptor does nothing up against the shots from Kung ringing on through. And just a 3rd one out there to remind RRQ of just exactly what they'll be walking into, as the drone will spot the rest of the players. Paranoia does come on through to force EDG to respect this push potentially a little bit. Reminder, there's no real guns coming on through. Crazy Guy won't even bother popping his ultimate. It seems like Xfero is happy to just play through this as well. Could be wrong here. Does Crazy Guy actually want to play through or not? Zan's down. Numbers looking terrible. Xfero's making it competitive.
Yeah, I mean, EDG had them pinned in on tile side, to be honest there. I was surprised that RRQ were even able to exit. Wall across, just to be able to cross to Catwalk. Ooh, we've got the Evolution active here for Xfero. Could this be a big round from the Sentinel of RRQ? Deals with that trip nicely, and the plant goes down. Kung with the blades punished. A little bit overconfident. This is definitely winnable now.
It's a 2v2. Crazy Guy low HP, though. Doesn't have the... Well, he has the base, but he can't use because he's down. 1 versus 2 is evolved, but unfortunately, this is where the timeline ends with Darwin. Chichu up for 3 this round. Got a little interesting in the middle there when a couple of kills came through from Xfero. 2 players you see dead in tiles from EDG, but aside from that, EDG still in control. 7th down this half. They've actually won this half now. Let's just see what kind of recovery RRQ will have, if any.
I don't think EDG are too swayed by that. You still see smiles on their faces. They know, okay, we overcooked a little bit, but we still won the round, and there's still plenty of cash here on the defense. I don't think they're going to be slowing down this aggression. Be nothing but pedal to the metal on the defensive side here. Very much bullying RRQ, who continue to just play this slow pacing on attack.
Well, they tried fast as well, and the fast didn't work out for them either, I'm afraid. So, slow or quick, EDG's had their number. And Kankan as well, starting to get away with this multiple times in a row. See the respect. All the smoke immediately onto Cat. Checking over towards mid as well. But they've left behind Sign here, who's been performing pretty well so far, and he has the potential. Time his way into mid, and Null Command has been popped pretty quick here from Jenny.
Sign peppering away towards tiles. There's the opener that they were looking for. Jemkin finally winning an opening duel, and onto Kangkang. That's going to be big impact for RRQ as they look to try to open up the map, but EDG mobilizing here in the mid round.
Not confused about that Null Command. It's gone now. Nobody is aware of utility being spent over in mid. Pizza now confirming that with the fact that Xferro had to shoot the dart as they see each other as well. As time starts to run on out, he'll TP back over towards B main, and now for the execute. See if they can make it through this one. Smoke will cut off EDG for the time being, and the wall as well into spawn. So this is going to be one of the first few plants that EDG will manage, or rather RRQ will manage to have.
Yeah, that's the clean execution that they were looking for on the B execute, quite honestly. Going to take EDG a while to be able to actually maneuver themselves.
Hello, how you go? How you go, Abi? Hello.
Xferro's hanging around in B main, could be a thorn in their side late as they come on in. Hunter's Fury is going to start to make them uncomfortable. Jemkin taking advantage of that. Here's Xferro inside a B main, not dealt with yet. Chichu still under pressure, getting scanned out, spammed down from the players out on side, and this is perfection for RRQ. 4K for Jemkin, opens up the round and closes it out as well.
Late in the day, but a flawless is exactly what RRQ need to bring back some momentum for their own mentality, for the sake of the economy as well. And as you mentioned, perfect execution. Start off with an early kill, burn away the Null Command in the middle of that round as well. Xferro then TP back over towards mid, and then they execute smoke out in towards Pizza. Wall up for CT. Easy plan, easy money.
Gonna need more where that came from RRQ though. Has been a strugglesome half for them outside of rounds 3 and 4. Finally breaking through in 10 after a big streak of EDGs. Got the shock dart initially. Very spread around the map is RRQ. Not many movements in middle. Odin's out for nobody, and of course, for Kangkang, you buy yourself another operator. It's been worth its weight in gold here.
He's got the money to play through. Odin online for nobody as well. This is what you can do with this level of cash. Another slow one from RRQ.
It's the first move here. Drone comes out, cancelled immediately by the KO knife. So all of that pressure they were looking to create with that Sova on his lonesome on the A side of the map won't really be going the way they're going. They wanted it to. Out comes the drone for nobody. Only sees the singular player outside of B main, which is Xferro, which is not really going to give you too much information as EDG.
You have Chichu pushed up fairly hard in mid as well. He's going to get smoked out for the time being, but looking to see if he can hear something. It's all soft movements from RQ as they transfer over towards to A. Straight into the sight lines of Jimmy. First contact. You'll see a head momentarily. You can see multiple heads actually calling the troops now. Close the door. Get the rest of EDG out here. He's been scanned out as well. Paranoid to assist. It's the minimum that you can expect for the rest of the team. Kangkang now has a lot of work to do. Nearly had a collateral there, but Jenny's got himself two as well. And this looks like a pretty damn good defense. Jenny falling back to the generator.
One suppressed.
And the last player for Xferro caught out by the KO knife, and so little he can do here up against 3.
10 seconds, he's cooked. Quite honestly, playing for exits.
10 seconds left.
Maybe a few more points towards his ultimate here, but with only 5 seconds, no time to plant. Jenny, battered and bruised on the backside of Chen, is probably the only player he's going to be able to take with him here. And the plant, looking to just bait out an additional peak, but maybe not what he bargained for. Kangkang will take the weapon out of his hands, and EDG, yet another beautiful round off the back of just defending RRQ before they can even get into the post.
I mean, Jenny saw everything. He saw multiple players in the cross, instantly pops his fragment, and then walks on out of there, has support from the rest of the players. I thought Kangkang was going to hit a collat there, but Jenny does absolutely nothing. Then the final kill on Xferro, just to keep the economy of RRQ a little honest here. It's not honest it looks. There's some ultimates in there, so a full buy, which is nice.
Yep. Sage Rez is probably the one that you keep an eye on. Might want to try to throw a body at this round early on and see if you can potentially just trade out off the back of that. Nishiguchi
sama
opening this
PRX
one
lagi
up,
main.
and pressure will be on Sign playing from Wine.
Kenapa
Very
kemarin
close
pakai
by,
bahasa
though, but
lain?
not close enough to really do anything
Bahasa
about it
apa
for the
nih?
time being.
You can't drone from the same spot again, honestly, after seeing the
Bahasa
frag.
lain gimana
Oh,
maksudnya?
it's a big swing. And now, a lot of work to do here to get the rest of the players in. Nobody hasn't been flashed out. That's a good flash on the opposite side, though. Just rips apart two players, but one will get raised back in. Keeping numbers good for RQ4 versus 2 here. Kung still with the operator. Has to slowly clear his way through. Dash up and ready to go, but he just wants to play and he can't.
Lihat video orang.
Sam takes him
Ini,
down. Now Chichu.
ini. Kan lagi ini, lagi watch party itu. Lagi turnamen ini, Robert. Turnamen apa? E-sport World Cup.
In this first half.
Yeah, Jemkin, couple of multi-frags on the Jet. That is the difference maker here for RRQ, who's a little bit too quiet, a little bit too average against 100 Thieves. Not a poor performance, but it never is for Jemkin. You know, his bad game is probably just going dead even. But you saw what level of impact he can bring on that attacking side in that half alone. A 3K and a 4K in 2 rounds that were picked up by RRQ. He's been good for at least half of them there on their attacking side.
Itu screen.
A strong showing from EDG as we expected. And importantly as well,
Maksudnya kok
just
itu
because I
ada
know
kayak
he will
video
be the player that
atau
many
enggak
will
ya?
look at in terms
Iya, ini
of
lagi
his own personal
nonton
performance. But when you are the sub
turnamen.
coming in, when you are the coach sub as well,
Iya,
eyes will be on
turnamen
you if the team
e-sport
performs
World
poorly.
Cup.
But honestly, his stat line
Sekarang
and
lagi
his
jadwal
impact in this game is
Valorant.
honestly quite
Nanti
high
I've
for
been,
side.
I've been telling everybody, like, you know,
Di
most people who have an assistant coach coming in, you'd be
Tangan
really
bulan
asking some
itu
questions. Like, honestly, this guy's not
Mobile
going to do
Legend.
anything. But Signed has plenty
abangnya
of playing
nggak main
experience.
saya Robert.
I've seen him play very
Ya,
well against some of the best teams in the world in
Itu.
scrims over at boot camps and
Bukan
things
pro
like
player
that.
ya.
Actual scrim god.
Yeah, bit of a scrim god sometimes. So, you know, I know mechanically he can hang with the best. It's just really a case of whether he's able to do that at the highest level of competition in an official. And I
Pilly
think surrounded
told
by...
me Signed made Paper X cry in scrims.
I will not confirm that.
Saya nonton aja Robert ya.
He has played pretty good.
Ini orang-orang jago lagi pada
And
mainnya
I'm a
Robert.
big believer in Signed. I think he's been a pretty solid player for quite a while. And clearly EDG have seen some value, at least in his read on the game. But even in the server, not doing too well for himself. I mean, Smoggy is, of course, irreplaceable. But I think, you know, just chucking Signed in there and seeing what he can get done. I don't think he's underwhelmed for EDG.
Yeah.
Even in their loss, he wasn't necessarily the poorest
Itu
performer.
aku juga
And
mau
he's had to
live.
play a bunch of different roles.
Live
They've been chucking
apa,
him on the bloody
Robert?
Phoenix like he's not a duelist player.
Yeah.
Apa?
He flexed a little bit for me when he was on Dire Walls.
He's
With
most-
Wallace there, mostly
he's-
in it, but
He's mostly been an info init player
harus
and then
50
flexing into
subscriber.
like a bit
Oh
of
iya.
Viper, you know, a bit of
Enggak kok.
controller. So
Kalau
he's
YouTube-
a
and
patented flex player.
here he needs to just flex to allow the rest of EDG to play what they're comfortable on, what they're going to be good on. When speaking of that, Kung has certainly shown
harus
that
kayaknya.
9 and 5, plenty of operator kills as well, completely dominating on that weapon as we have the
Oh,
soft
TikTok.
sides here. EDG on the attack
Oh,
side,
TikTok mungkin.
RRQ still looking to really pick themselves up some rounds to close the gap.
Yeah, double cloudburst and some armor here. Kung definitely wants to be the player to be able to create space on the entry for EDG. Crazy guy on the line, spotting out this push. The
Aduh,
wall is in
lama
the way.
banget,
Kung's
guys.
in front of it. And that's a
Mana
nice
apa ya?
entry for EDG. Xfero now under pressure, pushed out by the dart. That is a
Lama
nightmare
banget
scenario
bolanya.
for RRQ.
Just 2 for nothing there. You beat the timing on the wall as well if you're Kung, and now the plant comes on through easily. Kung already made his way in towards heaven. RQ honestly have no idea, and as nobody falls, the information goes over. It's going to be Tree.
Ya, nyangkut itu.
They've at least got the single
Nyangkut itu.
scan here, which is going to be interesting.
No.
But with a massive backstab. Not ready for that one.
Jepkin,
In.
and it'll be cleaned up by Kung as well. Yet another 4K from the highlight machine straight out of China. And I'd love to make some excuses for RRQ guys being from Pacific. I
Yang itu
really
yuk.
would. But I watched Crazy Guy have someone in the
Yang
100
itu
Thieves game
YouTuber
contact
kesukaannya
up
Abang.
Cat when he
Siapa
was holding
YouTuber
the wall out and
kesukaan
trying to
saya,
shoot him
Robert?
on an eco. And that's happened exactly
Siapa
the
YouTuber
same way
kesukaan saya,
here
Robert?
in the very next game. At some point, you have to hold your hands up and start to scratch your head a little bit and go, that's not ideal. We really need to tighten that up a bit.
Cushy likes to get his drones deleted by the KO knives as well, so we've been there, done that for RRQ, unfortunately. Do be crazy out there for Crazy Guy. Kung is already working his way up
Yep.
to a nice and early Blade Storm.
Yep.
Would love to find a pick here, and he's
W3 lagi
It's very
restream
goodbye.
Valorant EWC.
To be made to follow up.
Ini
Slow
gue
walk
lihat
in
sini.
reply here for
Oh.
Crazy Guy who swings out.
Siapa
trying
siapa
to,
emang itu?
you know,
Lagi RRQ
get
sama
as he
Edward.
can. Down he
EDG,
goes to
EDG.
Kung. who continues to get closer and closer to his knives, and I imagine they'll probably even just give him the plant here.
Allow him to enter. If he dies, it'll be knives. No one hiding behind boxes.
Lagi
No
itu
one in
aku
boats
suruh abang
either.
joget kalau sukses abang saya
Straight through
He's
the
going to
back.
go
iya
straight
itu.
in towards spawn again.
Oh iya
Just
itu
playing
lu.
in the location
Robert.
that RRQ are not going to be ready for.
Not much to do here for RRQ.
Kok ini ganti
Got
ganti
to
Ya, lu
nama
di
Robert.
YouTube-nya
trying to
lens
dig themselves out of
potret
a
ya?
poor situation. They've had really rough starts in both of these games here at EWC. And there's the Spectres running havoc. Off angle for Jemkin. Will be back here by Zan, but I don't even know if they're going to get a single kill. A couple of armors broken, but a flawless anti-eco for EDG.
Expect the Jemkin to maybe at least get that one out of Jenny, but not going to be the case. Here we are.
You cannot pick a
Ini kan ada
two
double stream
teams
di
at an
TikTok sama YouTube ya?
international and get rolled both
Hah?
times. Like, it just can't.
I think
Double
for
stream.
It's not going to
RRQ,
go well for you.
they saw EDG
Double
lose a
stream
set.
YouTube
They
doang,
kind of feel
maksudnya.
like maybe we did better in our
Landscape
set game
sama
than they
potret
did.
doang
And
di
also
YouTube.
EDG typically
Di
don't
YouTube
play this map
bisa.
that often in terms of their bans.
Landscape-nya gimana?
They figured out that EDG just
Landscape
needed to make a
gimana
bit of an
maksudnya?
adjustment to their
Itu kan
lineup.
beda
here.
streaming kalau lu lihat
Suddenly we're off to the races.
ke
Oh,
channel
ada
gua.
dua.
As someone once
Oh,
said,
iya,
Kung Kung's
baru
loaded,
lihat.
we're just living in it. RRQ is certainly feeling the results of that.
First gun round for them, though. And it's not a particularly threatening-looking bonus on the side of EDG. I guess the Blade Storm is probably something you're concerned about. The single rifle on side.
Guard kameranya.
It's the wall inside of B main. Nobody knows that crazy guy may be playing on top of that, but EDG starting to chip away now.
Door closed. Was she feeling the pressure here?
Ini satunya doang.
Quick TP
Satu
available for
map
Xfera
doang.
as well to get onto that
Dua.
side of the map.
BO3
That side
apa?
being B is where this is likely to end with the shift over of the
Yeah,
spikes.
that's
Look how
biasa
far
aja.
back Cushy is playing as well.
Yeah, it's retake. He's holding his dart and his drone to try to spam them as they come on in. We've seen this sack-heavy playstyle for
Yeah,
RRQ against
yeah,
100 Thieves
Robert,
not go well for
Robert.
them. Jemkin's been dropped off on Wine. Rotation's coming across from Crazy Guy, but really they're just trying to look to pick the numbers here of EDG as they make their way up middle and the chokehold is activated.
Okay, well, that's going to be the first little bit of information here, but like you said, they're just going to play for the retake most likely. Smoked out is going to be CT, which means no further impact here. Nobody on site, no issues for EDG in the last moments to try and get this plant, which they will do.
Aduh, malah dia
Even through the
spray.
smoke here, Crazy Guy's just going to fall off.
Trying to get that spam kill off the back of the drone. Chichu, where are you off to, mate? I cannot believe that he's picked up that pick onto Xfero. Jemkin and Nobody going 1-for-1 in the meantime. It's a two-man advantage here for EDG, who is looking to run away with the bonus and the rest of Ascent with it.
Once this round is done, you feel like RRQ's run on this map is also going to be done. Cushy dropping off on 9 HP. They just have to save the weapons here. It's their first gun round of the
pilihan
half.
Robert ya, tebak-tebakan Robert.
Got to
Jangan
do what
salah
they
lagi.
can to maintain
Beda-beda apa yang apa.
some available economy. But for EDG, just too easy. They walked into essentially a free site.
Yeah.
And then Chichu with the wherewithal,
Kecil,
the
lihat yang
insane
besar.
confidence and ego to just walk into market.
Bisa yang
He gets a kill as well.
tangga
Jemkin looking
tangga.
for some exits.
Kalah kemarin.
But I don't think he's going to be
Kalah
given
kemarin
any. Remember,
RRQ
guys,
juga kalah nih.
EDG walk
Kemarin.
into this bonus round with
Kalah,
one
iya lagi kalah.
rifle, and they walk out with 4. The
Elimination
amount of
match.
economy that they're going to have on this attacking side when they're up 11-4 is going to be ridiculous. A timeout. I'm being told from EDG. I'm not sure they necessarily need it, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if it was from RRQ, but maybe
Berat ini,
EDG are
Robert,
looking to
berat,
just make sure that they can
Tebak-tebakan lo kali ini
align
berat Robert.
themselves on how to stomp RRQ a little bit harder and make sure this is 100% going to be a 13-4 here, Avril.
Yeah, just the last few rounds here. And obviously, a somewhat broken economy in the sense that 3 players from RQ will come in with pistols, 2 with the